My name is Patrick Mulcahy, and I would like to welcome you in for another edition of Council Action. I am the Ward 6 Councilman, and I currently serve as the Vice President of the Florissant City Council. In Ward 6, we experienced devastating flooding in the area near Washington and Lindbergh, which caused significant damage to the Knights of Columbus grounds, the historic Old St. Ferdinand Shrine, Handyman Hardware, the Florissant Square, and Florissant Meadows shopping centers. I have tried to personally reach out and support all the affected businesses, and I know Mayor Lowry and city staff have as well. The city will continue to be available and coordinate with county, state, and federal officials to help those affected, and I ask that we all continue to support these businesses and organizations as much as we possibly can during the rebuilding process. I am happy to announce that today federal assistance was announced by FEMA, and President Biden signed the federal assistance that will soon send much needed money to these residents and businesses in Florissant and all throughout St. Louis County. Now on to some happier news. Last Tuesday, the city passed Proposition A by a 61% margin, which will allow the city to get $10 million in general obligation bonds to construct new aquatic facilities. I want to thank the residents for their support, and as a member of the pool committee, I want to thank all the members of the pool committee, which was Andrew Harris, Jackie Pagano, Jeff Caputa, as well as all the members of the city council, the mayor and his staff. This was a true team effort, and I can't wait to see ground be broken on these new aquatic facilities and to start building things again in Florissant. It'll be great to see. Now on to tonight's council meeting. First, we had commendations for police officers. And as I mentioned earlier, this was in regards to the recent flash flooding event, and the city recognized 3 officers tonight for their exemplary performance, saving residents that were trapped in businesses and in vehicles during the flash flood. So I do want to thank those officers and also the members of the Florissant Valley Fire Protection District for their work as well. Then we had hearing from citizens. We had 2 citizens come and speak. The first was Lucia Greer. She spoke on behalf of the American Legion Post 444 to remind residents that the post is there and they're still having events, and to come visit the post. And then another resident, Marvin Tobias, spoke congratulating the city on the Prop A passage and also on the response to the recent flooding. Followed by hearing from citizens, we had public hearings. The first one was for a new Emo's carry-out restaurant at 1725 Washington. This is at the corner of Washington and St. Anthony. It was an old auto repair business, and I think before that it was also a gas station. There were several questions from the council, but overall the council is happy to see a new development there. I think it'll really clean up that corner and make that intersection look a lot better. And then the second public hearing was for DeLind J. Enterprises. This is located at 1735 South New Florissant Road at the intersection of Florissant Road and Highway 270. This is a small office space for a car auction buying business. So if people want to purchase a vehicle from an auction, this business will help them facilitate that. And we were told there would be no cars sold on the lot. At most, there would be 4 cars on the lot as storage while they get the vehicles from the auction. Followed by public hearings, we had old business, which was bills for second reading. And this, we only had one on the agenda tonight, and it was a transfer of a special use permit for Shade Restaurant and Bar. The council did accept a substitute bill, but we ultimately postponed that bill to our next meeting on August 22nd to answer more questions that the council had about the operations, especially in the back for the smoker, and some other questions that the council had. And the petitioner also did invite the council and mayor to view the restaurant in person to try and help answer questions. And then after old business, we had board appointments, and we had several residents reappointed to boards and commissions throughout the city. And I do want to remind people, if you're interested in getting involved and serving on a board and commission, reach out to your council member or reach out to the mayor, and we can point you in the right direction on which commissions or boards interest you, and if we have openings, we'd be happy to appoint residents to those boards. After board appointments, we had requests. We had one request tonight for a full package liquor license for A1 Wine and Spirit at 8471 North Lindbergh. This is currently a convenience store already named Paradise Liquor, and this was also postponed as the petitioner was not present, so we postponed that to our next meeting on August 22nd. Then we had bills for first reading. We had several bills for first reading, which are budget transfers. This occurs, we're at the mid-year point for our budget, and we pass our budget back in November, and it's generally you make your best guess on what things are going to cost. But as we're all aware, costs are going up for various products around the country, and that is affecting the city government as well. So we had several budget transfers in order to complete projects. Bill 9805 was a transfer of $100,000 from the Capital Improvement Fund to other accounts within the Capital Improvement Fund, and $40,000 of that goes to vehicle repairs. Like I said, those costs are going up to repair vehicles and to get parts, and then $60,000 of that will go to streetlight cost. We've seen costs go up as well for the decorative streetlights that you see along St. Francis and Lindbergh. Those have to be repaired or replaced if those are knocked down by vehicles, and also the electric costs for the streetlights throughout the city. Those rates have gone up as well, we've been told. Then we also had a grant, Bill 9806. This was a MoDOT grant for the city to acquire a radar trailer. This can be placed in our neighborhoods and hopefully help with the speeding problem. And the good thing about the grant is we do put the money up front, which is $7,500, but that eventually gets reimbursed and sent back to the city. And then we also had another bill, 9807, which was a transfer of $55,000 from the Park Improvement Fund to various accounts to complete the JFK Fitness Center. We recently completed the James J. Egan Fitness Center with all new equipment, and they are completing the JFK one as well. And $21,000 of that $55,000 is from money that the city received back from selling some old fitness equipment. So that money's going right back into the new JFK Fitness Center. And then Bill 9808 was transfer of money from the police forfeiture account, and also from a donation that the police department received as well, and that totals $245,000, those two accounts, in order to complete the locker room project at the police department. They are redoing the locker rooms for the police officers, so that money will go towards that. They've already purchased the lockers. This will go to the actual construction of the locker room. Finally, we had council announcements and the message from the mayor. I want to mention Councilman Parson is having his school drive on August 20th from 11 to 1 p.m., and that will be at Parker Road Elementary or Commons Lane Elementary. If you're looking to donate school supplies for those students, stop by on August 20th from 11 to 1 to help that effort. And then Mayor Lowry also spoke again about the floods and how the federal assistance is coming in, which is greatly needed and much appreciated. That concludes this edition of Council Action, and join us again on August 22nd to go over our next council meeting. Thank you.